Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to put in this little edit because I can't remember to say this in my actual videos, but I am trying to get to 500 subs. I'm at 400, and if you like this content, you like my videos, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and I'd appreciate a sub. So if you like it, throw me a sub. I'd really appreciate it. But with that, let's get to the video. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. So we're going to do these bots this month. And when I very first started the channel, I always done the bots every month. And I've gotten away from it the last couple of months. But these bots are of particular interest to me. Because, and right on cue, there's somebody who wants to talk to me. So this month, they're of particular interest because my two biggest interests in the world are chess, obviously, and history. Particularly Roman history. I'm a huge fan of Roman history. If you've not had the opportunity and you are also a fan of history, Mike Duncan's got a podcast on this, the history of Rome, and it is a fantastic podcast. It goes from the very foundation of Rome to the fall of Rome in the West. It ends in the fall in the West. So I want to take the opportunity to talk to you guys a little bit about who these people are, and then we're going to lose to them in chess. So Hadrian is who we're going to play first, and Hadrian was one of the 5 good emperors during the Pax Romana, however you want to pronounce it, and that means the Roman peace. And Rome was at its territorial height, its greatest extent under Hadrian. And his predecessor, Trajan, had a policy, more of an aggressive posture towards his neighbors. He invaded Dacia, parts of modern-day Middle East, and really expanded the borders. And when Hadrian took over, Hadrian took more of a defensive posture. And for the first time, they started to pull back the borders. So obviously Rome collapsed, eventually, and that started, the loss of territory started under Hadrian. So not that Hadrian was a bad emperor, which is what he was a Roman emperor, but not that he was a bad emperor, not that it was a catastrophe under him, but he thought that the borders had been overextended under Trajan, and he wanted to focus more on the defense of the empire rather than capturing territories and wealth outside of Rome. So Hadrian's Wall, and what they're saying here, armed with around-the-world tales and tactics, Hadrian is the leader of defense. That's what I just said. Want to build a pawn chain as long as his wall. And what they're referring to is Hadrian's Wall in the north of England, which again fits into his, his style of leadership with the attempt at a defensive posture for the empire. So there was some wars fought. Mostly they were internal wars. He was an architect. Brilliant guy, died of, I believe, heart disease fairly early in his 50s, I think it was. But that's who Hadrian was. So, let's go ahead here and we'll play black, I guess. And he's going to start with F4. All right. And we'll play this. We're going to get the Fianchetto variation of this deal. Okay, all right. So we've got the bishop staring down this diagonal. Now, I want to get this outside the pawn chain. Because this is protected once. So can he move with a threat on this? He can't yet. So let's reinforce that. And I ultimately want to get this bishop outside the pawn chain. Maybe actually, I'll tell you what I might actually do here. I might actually Fianchetto my own bishop and then defend it with the rook. And at the first opportunity, snap that bad boy off. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's play it that way. Okay. So he's hitting this, but it's defended by the queen, it's defended by the knight. So I'm not terribly worried about whatever it is that he's got going on here. Also, I can't move with a threat of my own. So let's play this. Because he can't do anything from down here. He wants to break this open, fair enough. But again, if he takes, I'll recapture here. I'm not terribly worried about that. I think, though, that I will go ahead and step up with the queen just to add some defense to this knight. Okay. So poor Hadrian here doesn't seem to have too keen of an interest in trying to castle. Okay. All right. So I think let's just go back to our... Okay. Is there any merit to jumping in here? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and Finko. This is what I wanted to do in the beginning, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So this is defended. So now I could take here and hit that. I really don't want to take with a pawn and be blocked by a pawn because I want to attack his bishop, which, by the way, is currently undefended. So let's drop back. And I think I'm going to play this. Okay. Okay. Now I could go ahead and jump in here and expose these bishops to one another, which it is defended by the queen. So am I blundering anything with this knight move? I don't think that I am. I don't think that I am. So let's go ahead and do this. Now this move, I think, is a problem. So my rooks are connected. So if he takes this, I'm not worried about that. So I think that I could start rolling up the pawn chain over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Now, let's not fall into any kind of nonsense. If he comes back over here, yeah, let's take this with check. I figured that is what he would play. But see, now I can win another pawn. He does have a discovery, but he doesn't have anything that he could take that's really good. He has that, though. But I think I could play check. No, I can't because of that. So I cannot take this pawn. I can't take that pawn. There's no sacrifice here. Okay. So I think... yeah, I think we've won our material. Let's go home. Let's get out of there. That's a fork. A little forkarooski. Little forkarino. So I don't see a particularly compelling argument here. Well, actually, that fork is still a thing. So let's go ahead and take this pawn. And he's still forked. Okay. So if I take the knight, or the rook, is he going to notice this? I don't want to find out. All right. All right, let's go ahead and hop into the center. that gets this bishop on the diagonal. Trades are okay with me. Now, that doesn't help. Let's go ahead and play here. That's an outpost. It's not getting hit by anything. Pretty happy with that. My rooks aren't doing a lot. Let's go ahead and play this. That bishop's just kind of sitting there staring at nothing. If I take and he takes, that comes into the game with tempo. But why do all that when we could just fork them? Pressure the pinned piece. Again, you know, if it's a trade, fine. Or if it's free, it's even better. If it's free, it's even better. We'll take that. The wheels are falling off the bus, Hadrian. Alright, so let's pin them on the back rank. Play this. Play this. And that should be checkmate. Alright, so how did we do? How did we do? 83%. 86. We'll take it. 4 inaccuracies. Alright, so let's do it with white as well. Hadrian's going to play a Sicilian. You got to play a Sicilian, dude. Okay. Some nonsense. All right. Okay. 4 knights. All right, we'll do it like this. The 4 knights Italian variation. And all right, so I could play it like this. If he tries to move that, he loses a pawn because that's defended. It does mess up my structure, though. That just hangs the pawn. So there is that. Yeah, I guess we'll just take it. Now, you got a lot of pressure against this now. Do I have this? Okay, hold on. Queen in, loses the queen. So we like those kind of moves. I have this, which attacks his knight. He could defend it, but then you're creating a hell of a hole right here. So let's see how he plays this. Okay. Just going to give us a free knight. Okay. We like those types of exchanges. Also, this here is a forkerino, which forces him to drop the exchange. All right. So our bishop, we could go ahead and take that and bring him out, but if I do that, he's gonna be able to take here, mess up my pawn structure. I could play here. Yeah, I like this. I like this move. What? I'm going to keep the pressure on that bishop. And I think it's time we go ahead and get castled. I think now is a good time to get castled. He doesn't have a dark squared bishop to exploit this weak diagonal. So I'm kind of thinking about, all right, let's go ahead and shut him out of the game. Pile up pressure on this guy. Now, I don't want to play this. Because if I play here, he just could step back. I could take. He comes over. I take here. But I think this is just the more direct route here. Actually, let's do it like this, because that comes with a discovery. So we could win the rook or the queen here. Go ahead and win it like this. Hit him with the Pinsky. Why not? So if I get this check in, yeah, it's mate in a couple here. Game over. How do we do in that one? How do we do in that one? 93.7. Oh yeah, I fell for the old center fork trick. I don't know why they wanted me to come back like they did there. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, and that's that. Anyway, that's Hadrian. I hope you guys liked the little history lesson. I actually thought about doing some historical content too, in addition to the chess. And my friend said it was a terrible idea, but this gives me a good excuse to go ahead and share some other things that I'm interested in. So I'm going to do the same for the next people. I think there's Cleopatra, Julius Caesar, I think's on there, Augustus. There's a few of them. So I'm definitely going to go in, and whenever I make those videos, we're going to talk about those people too. So I'm going to get this opportunity again probably, so we're going to take the opportunity to talk about these guys. Anyway, if you guys like that, like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and we'll see y'all in the next video. See you guys.